and this is the first year for me in 33 years I haven't been on a horse doing what my family's doing out there. But today we have 4 troopers out here. They make up a section in a Calvary formation, normal platoons in the 1870s, which is when we portray had about 12 horsemen in a platoon. Companies were undersized due to financial problems in the federal government. Odd. And so normal company size out here in the plains was about 40 troopers. And that would be split into 2 platoons. So about 12 troopers in a platoon. Today we have 4 for you. These 4 cavalrymen are dressed and equipped for the era 1875. That we picked that era because of all the significant events that happened in Dakota in 1875. So in 1873, George Custer marches the 7th Cavalry north from reconstitution duty in the southern states. They arrive by paddle steamship in Yankton, and they march from Yankton along the Missouri River to a new post in what we now know as North Dakota, at Fort Abraham Lincoln. Those 12 companies of cavalry were spread across multiple posts, really trying to just be available as force to support the Indian reservations that were being established in North and South Dakota at that time. And so General Custer leads that combined 12 companies to the Black Hills in 1874, and because he was ordered to scout the Black Hills and figure out what was there. He wasn't ordered to take miners with, but some miners went along. And the miners confirmed that there were gold deposits in the Black Hills, and that started a land rush or a mining rush to the Black Hills. Okay, that discovery of gold in the Black Hills is really significant because we were starting to populate the eastern side of South Dakota and North Dakota at that time, but the Missouri River was the boundary for all the Indian reservations, and all that land had been given to the Sioux Indians and the Cheyenne as part of the treaty that they signed in the late 1860s. And so the federal government couldn't keep civilians out of the Black Hills because we were also in a depression at that time, and obviously the only way you could really feed your family was to maybe run to the latest gold strike and try to make some money. And so by 1875, the Black Hills are just full of miners, and obviously the federal government's got to do something because they realize it's a rich area. So then President Grant orders all the Indians that are what they refer to as the summer roamers, and the tribes that never lived on the reservation, the hostiles, back to the reservation. And he ordered that in January of 1876. Unfortunately, nobody moves on the plains very well in January 1876. So it was really kind of a order that allowed the federal government to say that the natives were non-compliant and that they could send out 3 columns, one under George Custer, one under Cook, and one under, I forget his name, for Fort Ellis in Montana. And they were supposed to converge in the summer and find the hostiles and drive them back into the reservation. Obviously that results in several pitched battles. General Cook is turned in the Battle of Rosebud, and he loses some troops. He loses a lot of ammunition, and decides he's ineffective and stops his campaign. General Custer continues his campaign, and obviously is consumed at the Little Bighorn on June 25th of 1876. So that's why we portray this period, because it's pretty significant in the history on both sides. And so the troopers here, though, have a mix of equipment that comes out of the Civil War, as well as new issued equipment that's starting to be fielded in the 1870s. So we ride McClellan Army saddles. George McClellan went to Europe and watched the Napoleonic War and came back and designed a saddle for the U.S. Army. The key of the McClellan saddle is it's an open seat saddle. If you look at it,